Good morning, everyone. Well, today we are celebrating with Shannon Keith over at Creative Chaos in Tennessee. And I just love her name of her channel, Creative Chaos, because if you've seen my desk right now, you'd say, yeah, you got a little creative chaos going on too. So she has been on YouTube for 2 years and she's celebrating 2,000 subscribers. So we are so happy for her. And so anyhow, for her swap, or for her hop, for her hop, she said, I want you to have a throwback rewind. Go back to the beginning. So she said, go back to the first day that you started scrapbooking on YouTube. And actually, now I'm going to get to the story where it's like, I started YouTube, gosh, 11 years ago. And I had horrible lighting. And I was making mini albums at the time. And then I got so many, well, and then it's like their lighting was just so bad. It's like I just thought, forget it, I can't really do it. And I didn't know how to flip the camera either. So whenever I did it, it was like I was just show and tell. So anyway, skip ahead till 3 years ago. Then I started scrapbooking on YouTube, which is totally my love. I mean, it was fun making albums, but it's like I love scrapbooking the kids and the grandkids. So that's what I'm doing. So anyway, this was the very first layout that I scrapbooked on YouTube. And this is my second grand. I'm thinking she was maybe 3. And I never ever did put a date on here. You know, it's been 3 years. I still haven't journaled or anything. But, I mean, she was the flower girl at my second daughter's wedding. And, I'm going to tell you also, these butterflies right here, when I put them down, I did not get the body glued down. So they're flat. They're just dimensional and flat. So that's why I always put the glue underneath their body and put that down first so they don't end up doing this. So anyway, this is what I'm going to scrapbook, a layout that looks very similar to this, but I'm also going to use my collection Obsession. And for the first time that I know of, the floral in Mintay's Blossom Serenity looks like, let me show you. I gotta find it here. Looks like, and of course it's not right here. I know it is, here it is. Okay, it looks like this. So there's a big empty space because this was actually a Mintay paper too. In fact, it was the one that I had a little strip of this that I did yesterday and made a base page. So anyway, I thought, okay, well, I want to use this because this is what I've been saving it for, my spring and Easter pictures. So what I decided to do was turn it sideways, cut it out, and then I'm just going to overlap it so it's in the same configuration as this is. Okay. And also, before I pulled this out, I was just looking at my little screenshot on my phone, and it's like, I just thought it had a border on both sides. So I actually cut out 2 borders, and so I'm going to use them. And then I have a cluster here. I have some layering here. She's also matted. I have this little like keyhole here, and this looks like a door plate, and some enamel dots. Oh, and it's matted, but my vertical piece goes right through the matting. Is that a good description? I hope so. Okay, so this is Tegan again. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to just scrapbook Tegan again. And now I told my husband, I said, when I'm taking pictures of the grands, tell me if there's a dirty looking glass sitting in front of them. This was her dad's drink, and it's like, it looks horrible. So I'm just going to cover it up. I thought I'll be able to cover it up because I actually put, you know, a little bit of flowers in front of her this day too. So thought, okay, it'll be like it. So anyway, I'm actually gonna have her facing the other way. So I'm gonna have my cluster here and here instead of the other way. And I'm going to use this little gingham paper because I love gingham and I think, why not? I should use that. Okay, and then behind her, I had that little bit of other, like a shabby wood paper. So I'm gonna do that here too. Except for actually I'm just using another piece of this. And I need this because I have a pretty small strip. The last time I did kind of mat it a little more, but this time I'm just gonna do this. And which way do I want it? I think I'm gonna do it this way so you kind of see more of the wood. And you know, I would rather use tape than glue, but I decided I was just going to use this tiny piece that I cut off here. Okay. And if I can get that kind of straight, that would be good. Okay, I think that looks pretty good there. Okay. And then I'm sticking in this other piece, and it's actually the back of this pink gingham. And this paper is from the 6x8 book, which I love to get. So I'm doing these 2 layers, just like in the other layout. I think this is fun to do. Now, I thought it was a real cute idea that she wanted us to go back to the beginning. But I have scrapbooked this kind of before because this is actually my favorite layout style, I guess. You know how we all have one that's our favorite, and this is kind of mine. And let me see here. I want to just see if I got them kind of right. Okay, it's at 5 inches. Oh yeah, looks good. Okay. So then, back to this. I decided I still wanted them to be, you know, I had to cut some of this down because I want it to be like the other one. And it's a fur. Now I forgot to glue this down. Okay. So the other one had black behind it and a pattern paper. And this time I'm going to use a pattern paper with a wood over top of it. And you know, in my picture I thought I had a white piece of paper, but it's actually one of those, I don't even know what it's called, but where it looks like you took ink and put like water sparkles or water spatters on it. Okay, so I've cut a 1/2 inch off here. And let's see if I got that straight. It looks like it might be a little off. I know I should always do this before I turn on the camera, right? Okay, that's pretty close. Well, I guess I couldn't tell. Okay, I think it looks pretty close. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. And so let's see, I want it to go this way. So I guess I'm gonna do this. Okay. And then I'm gonna put this here. And then I'm gonna overlap them. Now I want a little more space because in the front of her, I have a little more of this showing than in the back. So I'm gonna do the same with this one. And of course, this is going to overlap into the, you know, the 12-inch piece. And so I want more or less space over here and more over here. But I think I'm still going to bring it just a little bit more this way. And I want just a little bit of overlap. Okay, so I'm going to figure it's kind of right there. Well, I'm going to come back here a little bit. Okay, I think I'm just going to go ahead and put some tape here. And then I'll fiddle with it from here. You know how I am. Okay, I want a little bit like more space here. I think when I looked at my little picture on my phone, I kept thinking it looked like maybe there was a couple inches over here and 3 over here. Okay, I think that's it, but I want to look to make sure it's on there. It looks like it is. Okay, now because I decided I was just going to cut around this, it's not quite the same, but I also have my little things here. What did I do with the other one? Okay. And I also have these on her layout, and I am going to still do that. And I'm going to put a little tape here and here and try not to get it onto the where I don't want it. And I'm going to tuck it in. And now this is something I wouldn't have done if she wouldn't have told us to do this layout and then decided I was using the same, or you know, doing it very much the same. Okay, so let's see, I'm trying to see how much measurement it is to that little spot, and it's like 1 3/4. And I'm going to pull it over here so it's 1 3/4 there too. Okay. And isn't that pretty because it's just tucked underneath? It's like I just would have never thought to do it. And I love it. I thought it's just so different. It's so different and yet so much the same of, you know, your style or whatever. And you know, these Mintay papers, they do a whole lot of the work for you. Okay, I'm thinking that looks about the same there. So now I just need to pull this back. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Again, I'm just going to kind of check my measurement so that the tip of the lace is kind of the same. It's 2 7/8. Keep getting caught in the flowers. And it's a little more here. It's 2 5/8. Let me see. I think I'm going to try pulling it this way just a little bit more. Keep getting caught on the flowers. Okay, perfect. Okay. And I will like tape some of that down too. Okay. I love that. I mean, that is so pretty. Okay, and then I have her, and she's kind of in the middle of that pretty much. And I've got all my little details here. And of course, I have no idea where I'm really putting this, but I'm sure I have enough room for everything that I want. You know, sometimes I think, oh, about 5 inches up, 3 inches up, but usually I don't have any idea. Okay, oops. And I thought it was kind of stuck there. Okay, now it is. Okay, and where's my title? Here it is. I'm gonna say hello spring. And now here over her other picture, I do have the title like right across, but I'm going to put it I'm going to zigzag it to, or kind of overlap it today. Not really overlap. I'm going to put spring here, and I'm going to put hello here. And since I only have 5 letters, I think I can handle it, but you just never know. Sometimes I'll just like spell a word wrong. Okay, that looks pretty good there. One thing nice about these foam letters, it's like they pop up, come off easily if you need them to. I'll tell you, I have to get these kids in their albums so I can get them out of the piles and boxes that I have them in, because I've totally run out of boxes. Okay, so I've got that. Okay, now for my embellishments, I've got a little birdhouse that I'm gonna put right around here. But first of all, to deal with this here, I've got this fussy cut piece, and I'm gonna put that right over that jar. It's like, I can't believe it. I'm paying so close attention to her that I got a really good picture. Oh, it's so funny. Her phone cover, it looks like this paper. So funny. Okay, now I'm gonna put this right here. You can see a little bit of the jar, but at least it's not glaring that it's like this horrible jar is sitting there that looks like it's dirty just because of the liquid in it. Okay, and I'm gonna put this little birdhouse here. Now there is a couple different birdhouses. This one was smaller and facing the way that I wanted it. So that's how I decided on that. I think I'm gonna bring it up just a little bit here. And then I have these beautiful Easter eggs. And I want them overlapping, but not so much that I think I'm gonna bring this down just a hair. Maybe 3 hairs. And then this here, because this was Easter, they always do an Easter egg hunt. My daughter, the second daughter does. And then lots of times they'll take the plastic eggs, and instead of, like candy or something being in them, they have like little adventures in them. So she went and hid all the eggs for the little kids. Okay, there's that there. And then I have a little bird. Because they have all these beautiful details. I mean, scrapbook papers are amazing. Really, everybody's is, but I'm kind of partial to, Mintay. Okay, I want it kind of here on this flower, maybe right here. Okay. And then I have a little bumblebee. And I thought I'd put him up on dimensionals too. And I'm just putting that on this plant here. Okay, and then I have some of those butterflies. We do not want them to turn out like the ones that were on her other one. And let's see, I think I'm gonna put them like this. Now I noticed that they kind of blend in, so I am taking tea dye. I tried the wild honey, but that was a little it didn't show up enough, so I'm just putting this little bit of tea dye around the edges so that they show up a little better. And I like that color. It doesn't seem like it's wrong or whatever from the other things in the collection. Now you have to, if you have not been over to see Shannon Keith, you have to go over and see her. It's like she does amazing embellishments and layouts, of course, and she's pretty fun to watch. And then she's also got a Facebook group also. Now, I never planned on having a Facebook group, but now I have one. I figured when I was doing the hop, nowadays it's kind of easier to have a Facebook group because people can go there in a hurry, you know, just go and click one place and find out what's going on. Okay, so I think this one I'm gonna just stick down here. Oh, and guess what? I had no glue underneath that body, so that was not gonna work. I can't believe it after all the talk about not having flat butterflies. I feel like she's laughing at me now. Okay. Okay, and another one. See, since I inked the edges, I just keep thinking part of my job is done. Oh no, I still have to put glue in and take off these things. I love this collection because I love to see yellow in a collection. So it is so pretty. Stick one there. And remember, you don't have to put down the other part. It will come down soon enough. It's just important to get that body glued and let it dry before the wings go down and make you a flat butterfly. Okay, and I think this one I am actually putting on this little pink flower here. Okay, and then all I have left is my enamel dots. And you know how there's so much pink, there's so much yellow, that I thought I would use green. And I have this green here that's clear, so it looks like, you know, water droplets. So I love that. And I just have the enamel dots in the two clusters. So I'm gonna do that the same. Okay, and down in here. Okay, my camera turned off again. So I've got the enamel dots, so it's all done. I will have close-ups at the end. Make sure you check down below and you'll see all the other people that are playing along, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful and blessed day.
Did you just say enamel dots?
No, I didn't hear a word. Bye-bye.